Hey, we're good. Yeah, buddy. Whoop. Yeah, buddy. Son of a bitch. Dark. Hey, buddy. I know I've not been on for a little bit. Right, what I'm going to do, I've been trying to get back on and I've managed it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of blue tack right now and I'm going to blob it over the likes and the viewers. Dark. I'm going to do that. I don't want to know. And also, since the last time we spoke, until setting up the live stream right this second, I repeat, I have not checked the analytics, of which I'm very pleased with myself. I have been exceptionally bored. I'm just going to cover up. So that's the likes, the viewers, and the donations. All covered up with a blob of blue tack. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's all right. I hadn't seen you for a few days, whatever, but I have been sleeping in an appointment, so I've missed them either way. That's okay. Yeah, it sucked that I haven't been able to, but my boys wanted to sleep in here, so it torpedoes all evening plans. So I can't say bye to him. I can't say no to him. So unfortunately, that's the thing. Right. I have been busy in the meantime, though. Where are we at? Oh, right. Here's one thing, right? So, turns out... Ooh! Would you like a picture of the Dreadnought primed black before I prime it in white in a second? Yes, please. If you could slap a photo on, that would be appreciated, because I don't know what colour I'm priming my Dreadnought as of yet. This thing is medium. It's not a varnish. I've been applying it to models like it's a varnish. Which is bonkers. Turns out that this is the matte varnish. Technical Storm Shield as opposed to Lamina medium technical. So there's a difference, right? So I've been applying, basically, this is basically paint without a pigment. It does nothing to protect your model. And I have caked a few models in it. The difference between the two is this. So this one is the wrong one. It's shiny. And this one is the matte one. They look the same, but apparently it's not the same thing. I did get a little bit laughed at. I was also laughing at myself, but there we go. So that's the thing we've. Yeah, it's basically thinner. So this is the matte varnish. This is the stuff. It's a little bit more gloopy. Oh yeah, that's what I've been busy making. I'm going to show you what I've been up to. I've been doing a bit of gluing, right? So one thing I've been making is I've got a Zonothropes box, right? So I've been working on my Zonothropes, but I know that you can get some... Basically, here's a Zonothrope. This is like King Daddy Zonothrope. He's got this extra bit in the bigger head. But this chest piece and the tail and the back pipes here transfer between both kits. So I'm like, okay, I want to make all 6. So I'm going to green stuff these smooth. Blob a bit of green stuff in those, and they're just not going to have pipes. And the chest pieces are going to be on these guys, right? And they're going to have the squiggly doodah tails, and that's going to be my Zonothropes, right? So I've got the 3 Zonothropes, but the Venomthropes, I've got some old bits of Tyranid Warrior bodies. So what I've started doing, here's one. You can see that it's got a Tyranid chest piece. There's Tyranid chest piece in there, Tyranid Warrior chest piece. And then that's a Tyranid Warrior tail, right? So if I can dig out enough legs, you can see here they kind of progress. So there's Tyranid legs. It's missing a hoof, but like I said, they were very old. Tyranid chest piece into the Zonothrope body, and you can see it's got one talon. I've tried to bend it a little bit more because they're very long, wiggly. And so that's the next one. You can see the stages progressing, and then the furthest one along has a tactical log. But they're going to look a little bit like this. So they're very tentacly, but they have the Tyranid Warrior legs. Bloop, and they're just like lots of tentacle arms. This tail I chopped off ages and ages ago, so I had to leave that piece on because I don't have the original tail. So it's got like a little pincer on the tail. So I get the Venomthropes and the Zonothropes out of the same kit for the sacrifice of not even complete Tyranid Warriors. No, it's going to be fine, because I just won't paint the little wiggly bits. It's fine. I don't need to worry about the recesses. I don't care for the recesses. It can be shadow. So yeah, so that's what they're going to look like. So I'm super pleased that I've not only not had to buy a Tyranid Warrior kit, but the Tyranid Warrior pieces have got uses, right? So that's what I've been up to with those. I've also, remember I was banging on about that Screamer Killer that I wanted to turn into Old One Eye. Do you know who Old One Eye is, Dark? But essentially, in case you don't know, Old One Eye is like this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I'll just cheat. I'll just cheat, Dark. I'll just cheat. So here is my Screamer Killer Old One Eye. Here he is. Oh, so you can see he's got his manky face. He needs a bit of green stuff on his head, but he's got the half manky face, and he's more crustacean than Carnifex. So he's got the shoulders, and he's got his pincers on the back there. There's a few blobby bits on the thing. I just kind of went with what I felt like I liked, because obviously you've got to spend a lot of time painting it. But I also short notice decided to put these bits on the mouth, so it's like half predator, because it is a genetic abnormality. But I think a little bit of green stuff around the head, and I think that comes together nicely. I also like that the jaw's naffed, just shows that it's a little bit, you know. So I don't know what Kha'Zix coded means, but I'm super pleased with him. So he's going to be Behemoth colours, but I put 3 of the Spore Chimney things on the base so I can do them my colour scheme, so I still can link it in some way. But yeah, I'm super pleased with him. Looking forward to painting him. So yeah, that's what I made. That's what I got done. I also made some shelves. I've got some more shelves over here. Da, 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 da. So I've got myself a little shelving unit. I don't know where my wet palette is currently. Should probably find that before painting, usually, but oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm super pleased with him. I super like him. Yeah, just pure fluke that I got the pieces, but it does mean that I have another Screamer Killer still on sprue that I don't know what to do with. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's kind of exciting times. I've cracked out from the painting drawer my I wanted these guys for so long. I finally got them. My Stealth Suit Tau, got 3 of those, and I've also got my headless Robo Men, who are going to be my Men of Iron in my Warhammer First Edition Rogue Trader games. They will be my robots, but I can also use them in Horus Heresy, but they don't have their heads. Where the heads are and why they're not attached, I don't know. But I guess at that point, I was not painting heads. So we've got loads to crack on with. Oh, I also brought out my Dark Angel as well. My one Dark Angel. You can see that I've modified him slightly in that he has a lot of Age of Sigmar armor. But I wanted to do something nice with a jump pack. So, yeah, that's that. Ooh. So that's something, at least, you know. Got stuff, got progress, got things going on. So I guess I need to go find my wet palette. That's the first things first. I don't know if it needs water, Dark. But Dark, yeah, so things are going great guns with the Dreadnought, huh? Where's my wet palette? Where are you, wet palette? Wet palette, where are you? I don't know what I've done with you. I literally have no idea where my wet palette is. So much for being prepared, but it doesn't matter, Dark, because the stream is on, so it's already a success. The rest of it doesn't really matter. Ah, here's my wet palette. Perfect. I'm just going to go throw some water in there. All right, fine. You want me to try a question? Fine. Q&A is going on. There you go. Words you wish people use more. Race. Justice. Genocide. Heresy. There's another word, actually. Slubberdagallion. I wish that word got used more. So, right, we are, yeah, with friggin' diddly dicks, streaming. Good. So yeah, and I feel a lot better for not checking analytics because it depresses me. Even the brief glimpse I got today, I was like, brr, and I don't know why it affects me so much. But if it's that much, then it's got to go. Oh, I cracked out a practice model as well. I found one of my practice models. So we've got this to practice. I'm going to do away with that question and answer. There we go. So that's to practice working on the gene stealers. Still not giving up on them. So, Dark, we're kind of spoilt for choice as to what we... Oh, I also bought couple more synthetic brushes. And I cracked out and actually used for the first time my hobby saw. The Zoanthrope was a little bit wonky, so I had to remove him from his base. And this actually sawed the plastic quite good. Not perfect. It also sawed my finger when I slipped. But it was all right. It wasn't awful, wasn't great. It was kind of in between. Oh, man, it's nice to be on. I also binge watched something on Netflix called American Primeval. And you know what? It was all right. It was an all right Western. I was invested in some of the characters. And yeah, it was okay. So, you know, that was that. I'm going to put some varnish on. I'm going to try and clear some of these model sons of bitches. Going to try and clear them off. The Gene Stealer cultists, the brute scum, you filthy brute scum, and the Gene Stealers can. I think they can leave today. I think it's all good for them to go, but we just need to get the varnish on. So yeah, Dark, tell me what's going on with you, man. I've started another Western called 1883. It started off pretty strong, and I've just got past the credits, and there's a sad old man now. But that's as far as I've got with that show. Can't tell you much else about it. Yeet. There we go. But I will tell you this: 1883 has one of the men from Tombstone in, so you know it's kind of going to be good if he's in it. Frankly, he's like the face of westerns and generals. So apparently, as long as this stuff doesn't pull, you're good. It looks like it's pulled a great deal, but I'm just going to smear it around. It'll be fine. Oh, yes. Good. Excellent. Come on, Dark. Val Kilmer. No, not Val Kilmer, unfortunately. It's the one who gets his arm shot. Virgil? I think it's Virgil. The oldest one. The one who basically has a permanent state of mustache. He's looked the same age now for about 45 years. You know the one. Tombstone has many great skit scenes, right? And I also think that the unsung hero of that film is Ike. Ike, who plays the general in Avatar, who was one of the only good things about Avatar was the general. But he's Ike. And Ike is a hidden gem of a character, I feel. You know? He's just really good. Give Barman rap on the beaver, you get some respect around here. So good. Alright. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if he voices Ford commercials. I friggin' hate commercials, man. I hate them. And do you know what I also hate? Friggin' subscription services. And that's why I also decided, Dark. I know we're talking a lot about memberships on here and whatnot, but I'm not going to do them in any way, shape or wall. Basically, I'm not going to paywall nothing. It's got to be available to everyone, because we've got to hold true to the goal of it's got to be accessible to me on my worst day. You know? So we can't do any kind of money-based blocks. None whatsoever. We're not doing any of those, because that would then alienate Table on his worst day, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Thanks, Dark. Appreciate that. I'm not... Oh, varnish, brute scum! You filthy scum! Why isn't that dreadnought painted yet, Dark? Huh? You slow son of a gun. I feel like talking, Dark. Type furiously! The old man was going to shoot him. Oh, spoilers. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I shouldn't divulge the show whilst I'm watching it because it might actually be really great, and I'm just ruining it as we go. But Old Man Sad is not much of a spoiler, is it? Really? Arc Raiders, yeah, Ant was mentioning that as well. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what kind of game it is. Is it the new current fad? I suspect so. The issue is with games is that it's always looking for the next big game. You know, it's a little frustrating. Mm. Go on, give me your 2 cents on Arc Raiders then. Is it poop or is it good? Oh, that's a lot of varnish for one model. Yeet. Well, it's good that we're testing it on the Brood Scum. Okay, awesome time with it so far. Well, that's something. I think I'm going to spread this varnish out. Oh. Need to bleed off some of this varnish. Actually, I'm going to leave the varnish on there as a test. Hey! Painting Brood Scum! You've been on this table far too long. It's time for you to ascend, fully varnished and ready for combat. Or just ready to roll around in the filth. You filthy scum! Brood Scum! Thanks, Doc. You just relax, buddy. I'm sure a question will come your way. Right, that's the Brood Scum varnished. Oh, yeah, so Dark. I'm not going to be around for the next 4 or 5 days again. So literally popping on for today, and then I'm going to be gone for a bit again. Talk about consistency, bud. But art of the possible, and all that jazz. These guys are pretty. I love these guys. What I did was I did put a little bit of ink in the mouths off stream as well. Just a teeny tiny bit, just to get them finished off. But I'm very happy with how they turned out. This might be the way to go. I might have to do the other Gene Stealers like this with the purple in the recess. But it didn't work, did it? That's, yeah, we still got to figure that one out. Somewhat frustrating, but it's part of the hobby. Figuring out the colours, acknowledged as the hardest bit for me. So, there we go. Yeet! You filthy brood scum! You filthy scum! I think I'm just going to be saying brood scum, Dark, when you're not chatting. Which is fine. I'm not pressuring you to chat. Oh, Darkness, I'm not pressuring you, alright? I'm not pressuring you. There's no pressure. No pressure at all. No, really, there's no pressure. That does not sound like a man who's talking. There's no pressure. No pressure on Dark. No pressure. I like the idea that your TV is just harassing you. Dark. TV's mad. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I was moderately into Dark. Oh, I swore. Yeah. Your TV's just abusing you, Darkness. Sorry about that. Right, you are sufficiently varnished in places. I'm guessing you're not completely covered, but anywhere where someone's going to pick you up and move you on in a game, is varnished. Good. Good. Next one. I'm going to be honest, that 1883 gunfight was pretty lame balls. It looked a little bit shite. Hate to say it, 1883, but you're losing me a little bit. I guess that's covered. Doc, we're 1/4 of the way through, you son of a bitch. Brr. Yeah, it dries clear. Oh, first coat of white. I may leave it as is. Love the texture. Is the photo up? Jav, Dav! Hey, buddy, Jav. For the love of God, say something, buddy. Just here painting some Gene Stealers. I've just been off because of the family. Couldn't get it on because the boy wanted to sleep in here. Can't say no to that. But I was showing Dark. I've been doing some Tyranid kit bashing, and I'm pretty pleased with the results. You're welcome to see them if you are interested. Just type "oh" in the chat, and I will show you those. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We just we discovered as well that I've actually been painting medium. This stuff is medium. Where is it? Oh, I lost this freaking thing. But yeah, this stuff isn't varnish, so I've been painting medium on my models. Oh, he's gone. Oh, right. So we've got one Stealer left to do, and then they're all done and ready to ascend. So right. So yeah, sorry for the repeat, Dark, but I want to show Javdav. So let's pause this goddamn lousy Western. So I got a box of Zoanthropes, right? And I've started assembling them. But you've got a lot of Venomthrope parts in the kit, but not enough to make it up. So basically I've started making this. This is like King Zoanthrope. He's got this extra bit here and then the big head. But the tail bit, the little hands, and the chest sections are shared between kits. So the Zoanthropes are on the backpipes as well. But I'm not going to put the backpipes on. I'm going to green stuff those in and just leave them as plates, right? And the chest piece is going to go to these ones, and so is the tail and the little hands, right? But with the Zoanthrope parts, I've got some little bits of Tyranid warriors kicking about. So basically, the pipes will go on the Zoanthrope section, and this has got a Tyranid warrior tail and a Tyranid warrior chest piece. So they look like that a little bit, right? Now, you could just assemble them like that and have that as the kit, fill in those little leg bits, and you could have them like that. But what I've decided to do is to take the Tyranid bits that I have. I don't have enough to make full warriors. They're a bit beat up, but I would have had to have bought a Tyranid warrior kit. So I've basically put Tyranid warrior chest piece in there, Venomthrope head, Tyranid warrior legs. And you can see he's got one arm on, and I've had to bend the tails a little bit, like bending them without snapping them, trying to be super cautious with them. But then they will look eventually like this guy. And I quite like them. I kind of feel like they've got like a Flood vibe in that they're quite top heavy. There's a lot of back on these. That tail thing was already like that. I snipped it off years ago and put that bit on. Can't replace the tail because I don't have a tail to replace it, but they look like that. So they're very like, and I had to bend up the whips a little bit. I wanted them to glue to each other to increase the strength. But that's what they're going to look like, and I'm very happy with them. I'm happy that I don't have to buy a kit of warriors, and for some reason the Tyranid warriors just feel a little bit crud, something about them. So I like these way more than having to buy more warriors. And basically I get 6 things out of the kit, which is great. The other thing is I finally built my old One Eye. So here he is. I'll show you him. He's more crustacean than Gene Stealer, and I've put on a little bit here, little predator pincers. I need to move this up a bit because it's having trouble auto-focusing. But here he is. He's got his crab claws, got some stuff on the base, put on these crustacean-like shoulder pads, and the head is a bit mangled. It needs some green stuff, a little bit of cleaning up, but I can clean that up just fine. But this is just gluing and snipping. It's not any kind of filler work or anything like that. And I'm pretty pleased I got him to this point. So, yeah, I really love him. Looking forward to giving him a little bit of a spray. But that's old One Eye. Yeah, so pretty good going. I'm going to just turn this fan up a little bit. I'm sweating buckets. So that's what's been going on. So sorry for not being on. I would like to be on more. Basically, I really like hanging out in here. Thanks, Javdav. I appreciate that. Do let me know if that fan on in the background is too much noise. It's just I'm sweating buckets in here. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Not a huge amount. I built some shelves over there. There's some shelves there. You can see there's little slots in there and there, and I've got the Terminator sitting on top. But haven't been able to sit and paint enough at all. It's been a bit sucky, but it's all right. If I can get on here, I mean, a few days ago I was on every day for a week, sometimes twice a day, and that was pushing too hard. But I do want to paint every day. Life sucks. You know, life is tough. It seems things are worse now. Life has just got a bit crudder in general. So if I can get on here and paint a little bit and transport myself away and hang out with you guys, then I'll take that. You know, I'll take that shizness. Also, I've managed to quit incessantly checking YouTube analytics. I hadn't checked it since last I was on. I was very pleased with that. That I was able to not give in to the addiction of checking it incessantly. And what I've done is I've blue tacked over the subscriber count and the view account. The view account and the likes and the donations on the stream. So I don't even get influenced by it. Because when it drops down to 0, it does kind of make you go, ugh! So if I just don't look at it, I can just focus on what's important, which is chatting nonsense and painting the models. You see what I mean? It does mean that I might actually be talking to myself, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I talk to myself all the time. One of the best ways to guarantee a decent conversation, I find, talking to yourself. Although people do look at you funny when you're just chatting to yourself down the street. So I like to wear like a headphone, so it looks like I'm taking a call, but really I'm just talking to myself. I don't actually do that, but I do. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Not a lot else, much else really. It's all been parenting. Can Space Marines be female? No, they can't. No, they cannot. No. I mean, like, yeah, sure. There's people who really want them to be, but no girls allowed. No, they cannot be. They cannot be Space Marines. Sorry. No. No, they can't. No girls, Space Marines, no girls. Yeah, you have. I'm afraid for that question, you do have to burn. You have to burn. We have to burn you. We can't take that risk. If you're just making sure, then we have to just make sure, because even a hint of heresy, we have to burn you. So, yeah, kindly post your address in chat, and I will get the appropriate people to visit you and set you on fire, if that's all right. If you could just be kind enough to just put that in chat, we can go ahead and get that started and have you burned as a heretic. That's what a heretic would say. That's what a heretic would say. Burn him! Burn him! Burn him! I can't say not burn you now, because then I'll be burned for heresy. That's how it works. Right, varnish done. Brood Scum and Gene Stealers are completed. Fantastic. You've been a real treat. Let that varnish dry, and then you can ascend. So, we have this issue still. The Gene Stealer issue. I don't think it's going to work in its current format. We need something else. I am stuck. I am open to suggestions. If I have the right colours, we can figure something out on that one. But let's move these varnishy bastards out of the way. Come on, out you go. You just dry, thank you. And you Brood Scum. You know what? I've got some ogres hanging out here. They're still... Oh, don't knock you over. I could probably progress these guys. I've got 10 sitting here. What do they need? They've had Bugmans. It was Cadian flesh piss or something. Cadian something. But I've made a classic mistake. I've set the colour before finding it, which is always a bad move. Bugmans. We've got Bugmans. Tau Ochre. Hey, we've got Tau Ochre. Maybe I'll do the Tau. I just found Tau Ochre. Or is that a highlight? Ooh, I have not thought this through. Why is it matching colours is so difficult? Cadian flesh balls. There we go. Michael, hello. You going to come here and talk heresy? Michael, question. Very important question. Oh, Mikhail. Can girls be Space Marines? That is the question. You will be graded on your answer. Go. We all know the answer, but we want to hear yours. The Adeptus Sororitas. Jevdav, yeah, that's a good point. That is true. A nice faction. And they say there's no female representation in Warhammer. The Sisters of Battle are amazing. Or the Adeptus Sororitas. But they only changed the name because they needed something they could trademark. Harlequin's Ladies? Oh, Battle Maidens? I've never heard of that one. Yeah, there's loads. There's loads of female characters, and I don't think it should be a case of making making boy characters girls. I think it should be about elevating the already extensive and existing female characters in the lore. You know, like why take over the change the boy characters when there's so many options already available to you? I mean, Christ, the leader of the Sisters of Battle, she's a High Lord of Terror. You know. That ain't nothing. That's something, you know? So yeah, I don't get it. And the Custodes thing, stop it. Stop messing with the lore. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. There are female characters perfectly capable of being able to be Space Marines. Yes, it's purely the process involved. Hang on, Dark. What is this opinion? You're sounding dangerously close to saying female Custodes is okay. Am I reading that right or wrong? Hang on, just in case I'm going to get the fire ready. Isn't it like a physiological thing? Francois, hey buddy, sorry for not being on. Do apologise. It's not because I didn't want to. I really was trying to get on. Francois, yeah, I want to mention, Francois, appreciate all your feedback and your input with the idea of memberships and whatnot, but I've decided I'm not going memberships. I'm not going anything membership orientated because we need to think about Tabor on his worst day, and if it was a membership cost, it would alienate Tabor on his worst day, so we're going to operate without that. Space King, yeah, the bit where he's throwing the girls in the volcano, yeah, that tickles me a lot. Space King is pretty good. I think there's parts 2 and 3 out now. I haven't watched those. All players have to be able to play women and men. What do you mean? All players have to be able to play. What does that mean? Explain yourself. Hatemonger said nothing wrong. Exactly. I don't understand. Are we all in agreement here, or is there a conflict of opinion? I'm not sure. Let's just ascertain if there is some confusion here. Chestnut is my fave. Men or women, I mean. I think, like, if for conscript army, yeah, I don't have a conscript proxy for my crappy guard, but I would not discriminate. I would have women in my crappy guard army. I just would need a female guardsman character. Basically, civilian with a lasgun is kind of what the feel I'm trying to go for. So yeah. There are people who are fervently saying women can't be Space Marines, often say that in ways that imply that physically women couldn't ever be, because either sexism or they couldn't survive because no weirdo, young men need to find a place they can go without the influence of women. One throwaway line that's been repeated with zero support for it. It's not... From what I... Hang on, Dark. Are we talking... my mouth's burning. It feels like we're talking about heresy here. I'm not saying women can't go toe-to-toe with Space Marines, but from my understanding of the lore, there's something about the process of the, progenitor gland that is not, doesn't support girls, right? Now, that may be the lore, but I think that maybe originally that they were making this space soldiers tabletop model making game for their primary audience, which was young boys. And it's the He-Man philosophy, you know? Loads of boys want to be strong and powerful when they're young. Way back when they said women can't be Space Marines because procedures don't work on them, with basically zero explanation. I mean, if you're looking for explanation, Warhammer 40,000 is not the place for you. There's loads of stuff that's unexplained. Dark, just iron out what you mean. You're saying that women Space Marines, women Custodes are just fine? We can just add them? Yeah, I mean, why do we have to have female Custodes and female Space Marines when we already have loads of powerful female characters that are they are their individual selves. Why do we have to take boy characters and change them? I said like I like pancakes, and you're asking why I hate waffles. No, Duck. Why are we talking about food? First of all, Duck, I am not smart. All right, I am not smart. I've never pretended to say that I'm smart. I don't do the smart stuff. I am not smart. I like waffles. Is my response. What? Oh no, analogies. Duck, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just saying it takes me a little while to try it to figure it out. If it is the case, which it seems to be, that I don't understand, I will hold off on burning you. I think it might be premature to set fire to you. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. I feel like changing male characters to female for the sake of a real world political or social ideology detracts from it being entertainment. I think there are plenty of already established very cool female characters, and I don't want the real world opinions saturating my entertainment. I just want to be entertained. Both can exist as concepts simultaneously. Yes, I don't want I understand. Let me think of an example. Like, why was Obi-Wan Kenobi about that Lady Sith more than Obi-Wan Kenobi? Why when I wanted to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi was I watching about this surly woman stomping around who, can I just say, gets stabbed in the chest with a lightsaber, and in the next episode is walking around just fine. Procreating and becoming a ruling class. There's another example. I'm just saying there's loads of really good female characters. Like in the Horus Heresy, that the silent, I don't want to say silent sister, but she spoke with hand gestures. She was amazing, and she was like, give me more of that, you know? So I don't know. I like the characters. I like the characters. I don't have much more to say about it. I just I don't want your ideology in my entertainment. I just want to be entertained. I don't disagree, Dark. I'm sure that is plenty the case. And maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I'm the one in the wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be. I don't feel particularly strongly about it, but I do feel like to change something that I've been with for years and years and years, then I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, let's have female Space Marines, but I don't like it. But if people want it, then people will get it. Dark, I don't understand. People being loud about this because discussion bad, more politics, have equally as disingenuous as there have been women idiot too. I think it's exhausting. I think that we kind of have forgotten the ability to talk to each other. And I know I joke about setting fire to you, Dark, but it's actually kind of tragic that people are like, your opinion different, you bad. Yeah. God, and just think this conversation we've been going on. I like a good conversation, but I worry. My main concern is I'm worried that I'm cheesing people off by explaining, or at least trying to explain how I feel. I just want to be entertained. I want my entertainment to be entertaining. What, with people in general? Yeah, I mean, I've never pretended to be an intelligent person, that's for sure. I feel like I am distinctly average, if not slightly below average. It takes me time to figure out an opinion. I will say something that I don't fully stand behind. I try to keep open-minded with stuff. We can't even consider women here in this change because I don't like it and the law says no. Hang on, let me read this. We can't even consider women here in this change because I don't like it and the law says no. Are as wrong based of their own favourite bits of the hobby as the people saying if they don't add. So what's the solution, Dark? I'm confuzzled. I'm lost. Chat, help me. Explain. I don't understand. Like, obviously Dark is smart, and what he's saying sounds very smart. I don't follow entirely. I think he's, like, from what I can gather, he's middle of the road and saying, like, this opinion is just as detrimental as others. Yeah, I'm confused. Oh, I got a little bit of flesh on that. I think I am going to wipe that off. All right, okay, Dark. That helps. That's simple enough for me to digest. There are three sides to the coin, right? Okay, I get that. Three sides to the coin is a bad analogy, but I get. Yeah, okay. I'm interested. I'm invested. I'm interested in what's being said. It just takes me a little bit of time to understand. Yeah, so sorry about that. I am trying to understand. Bob. I just think there's plenty of friggin'... I mean, like, the Captain of the Vengeful Spirit, for starters, she's absolutely brilliant as a character, and she's a friggin' warship. She melds into it, and her ghost is now walking around the ship. Okay. Ooh, hey! That's an interesting idea, Dark. Okay. So... how could we integrate it? What would make it interesting in the lore-wise? So something I really like about the creation of the Space Marines are... I don't know their name. It begins with S, but basically the gene wizards of Luna. The women there, the genetic... the ladies who created the genetic template of the Space Marines, the Astartes. They are very interesting. Isn't the mother of the Space Marines from Luna as well, but so they're like the gene witches, who created the gene seeds, from what I understand. Right. So let's say that there was a way. How could we? So how can right? So I don't want to just carbon copy Space Marines are girls now. So if we were to use the law, I would say that there's a way that the gene witch has squirreled away some secret thing that allows it to be possible, but it creates essentially an equivalent but not the same. Yeah, both. I mean, like, yeah, okay, so women not be able to survive the process physically. Yeah, that's a good one. The idea that they can't procreate and then become a ruling class is also good. But how could we have them in a way that they... how could we... I feel like it's something to do with Luna. We could do something like that. Yeah, something that... Because there's a lot of talk in Space Marines how they lose the sense of the sense of humanity. They don't gel well with other humans. There might be something in there we could do. He looks tasty. Oh, give me something to eat. Yeah, so that's where I am. Like, how could they be Space Marines but not Space Marines? How could we put that into the lore? And I think like the Gene Witches, I feel like that could be the way. But I don't. Yeah, I just don't want men characters now, ladies too. I want it to be something enriching for the lore. You know. Yeah. I want an addition. I want an addition. I want it. I want my entertainment enriched. You know. There is, yeah, and there could be more. I feel like we could represent them more in Guard as well. We could have them more in that represented. Why am I even using the word represented? I'm in equal opportunities. People getting exploded by massive amounts of ordnance and eaten by demons. So like, I think that's fine. Why would it not be? If you can conscript men, you can conscript women. Could it be a chapter where the game gene flaw is that they are girls now? Yeah. I don't think people would like it calling it a flaw, you know. But I'm getting stuck. Jav literally somewhat gets it. Okay, what am I not getting? What have I not got? The thing is, I don't feel strongly either way. Like, I know I said, like, hey, it's not possible. It says that they can't survive the surgeries. But now at the same time, I'm trying to think of something where we could improve it. Yeah, Slaanesh. Like, yeah, we should be able to cut loose with Slaanesh. Slaanesh is... yeah, but I mean, there's some horrifying Slaanesh stuff still. The demons, they have one booby. They have a bit of both now. And there's that model where one of the Slaanesh demons is playing that guy like a harp with all his tendons out, which I thought was pretty hardcore. That's a relatively new mini. Yeah, something I like about Warhammer is that you can't really do any taboos. Like, you don't want to do any taboos. It's not the setting for it. The setting is, for intensive purposes, horrendous. So you should be able to do everything. Yeah, they did change that. Yeah, they changed it. Yeah, they shouldn't have really. But well, yeah. Slaanesh, you should be able to have crazy stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. As long as it stays entertaining, I'm alright with that. I was looking at I should really have remembered the name, but the guy was talking about Rogue Trader. I can't mention it without referencing the guy. Oh, bugger. But anyway, Rogue Trader seems nice. Yes. Yeah. Animal heads and boobies, I would agree. And yeah, crab claws too. Yeah. Basically, my rule of thumb with Slaanesh models is like, it's like, oh no, don't hurt me. It feels really nice. Don't stop. Oh, it hurts. No. I love you. That's kind of Slaanesh for me in a nutshell. It's like, oh, that tickles. My soul. So, yeah, I'd like to represent that on the tabletop. I do have some Slaanesh actually, half painted. Are they sitting right here? That would have been too lucky if I had found the first one. No, I don't know where they are. They're somewhere around here. I should really complete those. Actually, they could probably come down. Yeah, and that's I like Spawn for that, and I like Zeech for that because like they can just change, and you can get if you know I find like I want to say body horror, but I'm not sure it is. I mean like Lovecraftian. Basically, the Thing. I like my demons to look like things from the Thing, like to not make sense, and as a result, be kind of terrifying because you can't quite understand what on earth is going on there. I like the idea of that, and that's and that's the fun about chaos is that it can be literally everything, and I really like that freedom, especially when it comes to making models and being creative. That you can just tie anything you want into it. I think that's lovely, frankly. And then you've got all the lovely, horrendous Xeno races that you can just make up. You can just make up some random, horrible alien. I like it. I don't think it needs to be dialed back. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, so it's a toughie. Has anyone heard anything? Because I've not heard anything recently from the Cavill Warhammer stuff. Pinhead and the Cenobites. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. For those of you, I want to mention the Horus Heresy because what happens is Fulgrim kind of. Oh, I can't say, but there's some very nice Slaaneshi stuff in the Horus Heresy books. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I think Slaanesh is my least understood of the demons, because it can be all sorts of things. Um, yeah, I'm a bit stuck now as to what else to say. Chaos equals good. Oh no! Yes, I know what that is. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, there. I know what that is. It's so good because it's awful. Yeah, those Storm of Iron books, amazing, and the Unfleshed in those books as well, absolutely amazing. Yeah, really enjoyed. And what was it? I've never said his name out loud. Honzu, when he fights gets possessed by the demon engine. Ah, oh, such good reading. Yeah, it's true. Is it? Is it? Do we think that I've just thought of this? I don't know that they don't have women space marines because of the setting being so horrible, and it's easier for absolutely horrendous things to happen to men than if it was a woman. Is that could that be it? Because some truly horrendous things happen to space marines, and if they are women, um, could that be why? That's just something I just thought of. I'm just flinging that out there. Peyton Ogre. I will show. I just want to show him off again. I want to show him off again because I'm super pleased with my old one eye. Hang on. Yeah, it's old world. Just want to show my lovely old one eye slash predator, little predator homage with the little teethies. But I'm well pleased with him. He's cleaning up with some green stuff, but not a lot. Just mostly on the head. You can see it's a bit patchy. It needs a bit of cleaning up, but I love him. I really love him. Back you go. Yep. Right. So how many is that? That's 2. You know what? I might just sit and do this. Why not? Why not? I'm enjoying it. Good set of books, those ones. There's some nice guardsman bits in that as well. There's the Aliens graphic novel. What is it? Nightmare Asylum, I think, where the Pioneers family gets taken into an alien hive. Oh, I don't know if you've ever read that, but that is some nightmare fuel right there. Very similar vein to what we're talking about, and how the scientist, he recounts his story and how he survived. But oh my god, that is. I read that when I was far too young. It's tough. Is it Nightmare Asylum I'm thinking of? That alien comic? I think it is. I think chat has taken on a life of its own, and I think I'm gonna just read and not comment. I'm curious to see where this goes, though. It's actually quite interesting. I think we might be able to glean some interesting information from these. What's nice about listening to discussion is that you get the opportunity to learn something that isn't necessarily your own point of view. You get to keep your ears open and hear something interesting. Once I've painted this skin, I think I'm going to go get myself a cup of coffee. That's what I think I'm going to do. I really like ogres. They really are such a good... Once you get past dry brushing and orcs and Nurgle, ogres are the easiest. Have to paint them slightly neater faction. I think they're such a good... Everyone should have some ogres. Because they're just chunky. The details are chunky, the areas are chunky. You can paint tattoos on them if you want. Which I think I might try and do, to be honest. They're just so nice. Oh. The Primaris thing is interesting. My 2 cents on it is I don't really like the lore of Primaris. I didn't really like the scale of the regular Marines, so I just like treat Primaris as their Space Marines, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily truck with the lore too much. However, I will be the first to say that I'm not massively well informed as to the lore. I kind of get the idea that this Belucius, whatever his name is, Crawl guy made them. But yeah, I don't like the old proportions of the old Space Marines. It's exactly the same thing with the current Custodes, because I like the idea of Custodes. I find them entertaining. The proportions, just for me personally, I'm not a fan. Just my opinion on that. From what I understand, Gulliman came back, and then he was like, "Hi, I've arrived, guys. I've made bigger Space Marines." But I got to repeat, I'm not the right person for the lore. I'm sure there's someone in chat that knows the lore better than I do and can help illuminate us as to exactly what it was. And also, a Chaos Primaris now, or do they just stay as Chaos? Do Chaos just scale up without mentioning it in the lore, or do they get the special glands as well and they make? I don't know how it works, actually. That's a good question. How does it work in relation to the Chaos Space Marines? Right, be right back, guys. I won't be long. I think I might have a cup of tea, actually, I suppose. Oh, no, I'll have coffee. What? Ooh. Right. I'm back. Just going to continue with these ogres. Why is this ogre so much shinier? I'm guessing he's so much shinier because I didn't mix the... Oh, no, he's painted over the other one. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, bolters are pretty cool. I don't know how they managed to carry enough ammunition, but I guess as you're a space marine, one shot is one person down. So I guess maybe you don't need so much ammo. I'm going to give this guy a quick coat of Bugman's. The old layer's still showing through. Where are we? Ah, here we go. Bugman's. Bugman's. Didn't they recently make a bolter, like an actual weapon that fired like mini rockets? I kind of feel like they've done that recently. Whoop. Yeah, this guy definitely needed a little bit more of a coat to cover up that awful colour I chose. Hey, but we wouldn't have known if we hadn't tried it, so I think it was worth the experiment. Just clean him up a little bit. That hand needs a little bit of TLC. It's nice to have a conversation about a topic in chat. I'm really enjoying reading chat whilst painting. It's really nice that I can have a look. It's yeah, didn't realise just how enjoyable it is, because I wouldn't be able to keep up with the conversation, and I'd get tongue-tied and not necessarily be able to articulate myself well. So it's nice to see people who can articulate themselves chatting away. Ooh. Doesn't need to be perfect, it's the underside, but I will still paint that thumb rather than it be orange. Or the palm needs a little bit of love as well. There we go. You're looking much better. Oh, there's quite an orange blob there. Let's cover that as well. There we go. Yeah, you need to go live over here. Blech. Space Marines are larger than normal women. I can agree to that. Jab dab. Wait, I just looked. You're talking about customizing skins. You mean like salamanders customized skin? Or do you mean like they can... I mean, hang on, don't Space Wolves tattoos? What are you talking about here, Javs? Didn't they add something to Rust? Didn't they add Kriegsman to Rust? Or is that me just... Oh, no, that's Fortnite. Wait, where did they add Kriegsman? Was it Rust or was it Fortnite? I forget. pretty big mold line now. Oh man, no, you know, dude, we're not putting up with you. Like, it's free discourse. It's conversation, man. It's conversation. No, 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 no. You are more. Hang on. I got to explain. Something I really, really miss is having a conversation about a topic where people have different points of view. Because I feel like if without that dialogue, we can't have the conversation, you know? Like, we're not putting up with you. You're not being endured. If anything, you're making it better. Like, it's just nice to listen to, man. Like, yeah. So, first, and also, thank you for the donation. That's huge. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty poor. I definitely, it definitely helps, man. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. So I won't see that until I hit the next payment threshold on YouTube. So basically, when it hits 70 euros, it will send it to me at some point, but we're nowhere near that. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. I do. Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate that a great deal. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry, I got distracted by an email. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, but don't for a second think you're being endured in any way, shape, or form. Not the case. No. No. I was very interested in reading it. So don't you apologise. It's all good. All good, really is. And thanks again for the donation. It means a lot. It really does. So thank you. Really, really appreciate that. Where? I think assembling. I like assembling the stuff. It's part of the fun for me. But then again, I really like kit bashing stuff. So, um, yeah, each their own. And also, I consider the assembly time like part of the entertainment. So that's part of the value for me. But I do think they're rather overpriced. Nice. Guys, I got some terrible news. Got some terrible news. I got to go. I got to go. Oh, wait, no, we've got one more ogre. I'm going to stay. I got one more. We'll do him. We'll paint him, and then, yeah. I'm going to stay a little longer. I'm already overdue, but... I don't want to go. I'm enjoying the chat. Yeah, I know, Francois. I know. I'm going to do this last ogre because then it's completed. Yeah, I know, Francois. All I want to do... I get you. All I want to do is just sit here. Like, can I just sit here for the rest of the day and just hang out? And then I can, like, just sit here and paint stuff? Could we just do that? That would be the best thing. How can I do that? I don't have the brains to figure it out, but I just want to sit here and paint. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, there's a pretty bad mold line there. I think I'll clean that up. Yeet. There's something very satisfying about cleaning off mold lines. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be honest, Francois, yeah, my mental health is a bit shaky at the moment. I just wanna sit in a cupboard and paint models and talk about this and just like hang out. Can I just do that without the world trying to upset me? You know what I mean? Javdav is a big fan of oranges. Here's a question I don't necessarily know the answer to. Javdav, what's your favourite fruit? I have no idea what your answer's going to be. I haven't got a clue. Could be literally anything. I wonder what it is. Yeah, they're nice. Hairy little buggers. But you get a small enough spoon, you can just eat them straight out of that skin. They're quite nice in that aspect. Oranges? I never would have guessed, Javdav. I think I want to get the Grand Cafe. I want to get 2 of their cannons, because they've got Ogre Cannon Crew. And both the Dragon's Head and the other variant look pretty cool. I think I want to get those cannons. I know you get them in the battle battalion, but I don't want to buy the whole battalion. But I just want the cannons. Ooh. Although, I know I just said that, but I don't need to buy anything else. Like, I'm set for years. I've got enough models. I don't need any more. What I need is to facilitate a reason for me to be able to sit here and work my way through them all. And to actually engage in the hobby rather than just adding to the pile, you know? That's what I need. I need to sit here. Oh, I can't. That mold line's too much. I gotta clean that. I know it's on the underside of the arm, but that's too much mold line. There we go. So yeah, guys, I fly tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be away till Monday. I'm probably not going to be able to be on Monday, um, but I want to try and figure out some way to make this permanent. I was thinking, like, if I just pretend sitting here is like my job, but it doesn't pay, but I just pretend that this is my career, then I can just say to myself, hey, I'm just popping to work. And then it's sitting on here, Maybe I could just pretend. Could we just do that? Pretend that this is what I do as a fully functioning adult. We could just pretend that. Yeah, should we just do that? Just pretend. Right. Oh, that hand is not done. Let's do that. I do see another ogre over there, but I am definitely out of time. I have to go. It sucks butts. Just remember, guys, if you ever see me on live, know that I've won. I've won something, and I've managed to get my buns onto the stream. So that's the main thing. But I am going to have to go. I don't want to. I want to stay. But I can't. I've got to do other life stuff. So, yeah, I have to go now. But, we got those varnished. We got those ogres painted. It feels like we've just started, but let's remove the blue tack and have a look at the count. 5 people watching, 6 likes, €1.75 in donations. That's bloody lovely, frankly. I tell you what, covering up the view count definitely helps. Yeah, great talk. Yeah, I think we might start introducing topics into chat, because it was really nice to actually have some social and to actually talk about a topic. Just really nice just to have some discussion, there was a time where people would always discuss things. So it's just nice to get that back. Just nice to listen to a topic. I'll see you later, Javdav. Oranges. Really, really thanks, guys. Just know that next time you see me live, let's come hang out, because I've won. If I'm on, I've won. Thanks, guys. I will see you soon. Take care. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks. I'll see you soon.